Hey everyone, Bobby Holland here with BipperMedia.com, and today I'm super excited because I'm going to walk you through what I call the 6 phases of the SEO funnel. All right, if you're a local or small business and you're struggling to get your business found in the top Google local or Google Maps search results, or maybe you're struggling with you have decent rankings but you can't quite figure out why you're not getting more phone calls, or the website traffic hitting your site, you're not converting more of that traffic into customers, then if that describes some of the problems that you're facing with your business, then I think this is going to be very helpful for you. We've been implementing SEO for clients now for more than 10 years, and we've helped hundreds of clients, hundreds of businesses, from really small local businesses in really small cities all the way up to enterprise corporate level clients who are doing hundreds of millions of dollars a year in sales, and everything in between. We've helped those clients grow their business from the SEO strategies and techniques that we've been implementing. So I've put together these 6 phases of the SEO funnel because SEO it's extremely important for your business, because that's how you get found, right? If you're not found in Google search, then that means your competitors are being found, and you want to get your business found in Google search, right? So, but it's not just all about being found, right? The SEO funnel takes it one step further, and it's going to show you how to convert more of that traffic that you're now getting because you have higher rankings. Going to show you how to convert more of that traffic into customers for your business. So let me walk through this overview of the 6 phases of the SEO funnel. Here we go. So number 1 is SEO, right? SEO is the number 1 most important component to this whole entire thing, right? If your business isn't found, like I said, if you're not found in search, then that's really the number 1 problem that you have, and you've got to get found, because here's what I know. Over 70% of your potential customers, over 70% of them, they're searching in Google right now for your products and your services. If your business isn't found, that means your competitors are, and the competitors are the ones that are getting the phone call. So it really starts here with SEO. And I've broken SEO down into 3 subcategories, which are citations, site structure, and high DA guest posts. Let me give you a quick overview of each of these 3, okay? So number 1 with citations. Citations is all about your local business data. All right, so what we refer to as a citation, your local business is made up of 7 data points, which is your business name, your street address, your city, state, zip code, phone number, and your website URL. Those are the 7 components that make up what's called your Google My Business listing. All right. When people are searching for local businesses and they see businesses in the local or Google Maps search results, what they're seeing is your Google My Business listing. And citations, the importance of accurate and consistent citations, is one way to help you increase your rankings and visibility in those local search results. Number 2 is site structure. Site structure is all about your website, okay? Site structure is all about your website. So when we talk about site structure, Google really favors what Google calls a high quality website. All right, so when it comes to site structure, that means how well is your website organized? How well is it structured, right? Is your homepage really clearly defined? And then do you have very clearly defined product and service pages throughout your website? Listen, the majority of the websites that we see, really the majority of sites anywhere, are sites that are just really kind of unorganized and unstructured. All right, so we focus on site structure because the higher the quality, the higher the structure of the overall website, which is site structure, the higher quality your website will be perceived in the search results, which means it's going to help you get higher rankings and higher visibility in search, okay? And then number 3, this 3rd component, is what we call high DA guest posts. And what we mean by this is basically backlinks, okay? Backlinks. Here's the thing, is Google rankings is fundamentally and really always has been, and it certainly is today. Google rankings are fundamentally an analysis and a function of your backlink portfolio. Okay, so to say that another way is, to get higher rankings in Google search, you need a backlink portfolio made up of high quality and highly authoritative backlinks that point back to your website. Okay. Now, the way we help clients achieve that is through this high DA guest post workflow. So we're basically writing high quality articles that we then publish on high quality, high authority publications. And within that content, we're creating links, contextually relevant links back to our clients' websites. That's how we achieve high DA guest posts. And it's really these three components, again, citation, site structure, and high DA guest posts is how we address this number one most important component that we call SEO. So the SEO is phase one of these 6 phases of the SEO funnel. Okay, let's talk about number 2, which is the hook. Now, if we're doing the SEO work right and we're getting more traffic and more rankings, right, more traffic hitting your website, well, currently, over 90% of every business website in existence, what happens when the traffic hits your site, there's nothing for that traffic to do except read your information or maybe watch a video, but there's really nothing for them to do. And the majority of the visitors to your site, they're not quite ready to buy and become a customer right now. So what do when they hit your site? Here comes the traffic. They're on your site. What's the number one thing they do? They just leave your website. And that's what's referred to as a bounce. The majority of your traffic hits your site and just bounces off your site because there's nothing for them to do. So the hook is how you solve that problem. Now the hook is what we call a free giveaway. Okay, for example, on our site on bippermedia.com, we have a free ebook. You just enter your email and you get that free ebook. On all of our blog posts, we have a free website and SEO analysis. So the traffic hits one of our articles and they see this free website analysis they can do. They enter their website URL and the keyword phrases in an email, and they're able to get this really in-depth SEO analysis. So the hook for your business is basically, think of just starting with a simple PDF. What kind of one-page simple, maybe it's a checklist, or maybe it's 3 tips, or maybe it's the number one thing to avoid, or maybe it's like one secret that your customers need to know. Anything that is valuable and enticing and relevant to your business, you implement that into your website, and we refer to that as the hook. Now, with your SEO being done right, you're getting more traffic. This hook is now going to help mitigate all of that traffic hitting your site and just bouncing. Now you're giving that traffic something to do, something to request in exchange for their email address. All right, which leads me to number 3. Phase 3 in the 6 phases of the SEO funnel is list building. Okay. List building, if you think about it, you're getting more traffic with the SEO. You got a hook. You have this free giveaway. Now, in exchange for the free giveaway, you're asking for people's email address. What are you doing? You're building your email list. Okay? So back here to SEO, if you're getting all this traffic and it's just bouncing, that's kind of just organic, what's called organic traffic. All right, it's coming from wherever, from search, from promotions. People heard about your business, or maybe you're running commercials. They search your business. It's just organic traffic hitting your site and leaving. When you build a list, this traffic is what's called earned traffic. Earned traffic. I'm sorry, not earned. Let me rewrite this. It's not called earned traffic. When you're building your list, this is what's called owned traffic. Okay? When more people hit your site and they enter their email and they get your free giveaway, when they hit your list, now that your list is growing, that list is growing with what is now owned traffic by your business. You now own this traffic because you have these people's email list. Okay? Now, going on from the email list is phase number 4, which is the rule of 7. Okay? Now that you're building your email list, what do you put together? Like, what kind of emails do you put together to send out to your email list? Or what's a strategy that you put together that you send out to this growing email list? Well, this is phase 4 of the SEO funnel, and we call it the rule of 7. Okay, the rule of 7, we didn't invent that that phrase. The rule of 7, I think it dates all the way back to the 1920s in the movie industry. They were trying to figure out, how do we get customers, how do we get consumers to come and watch our movies? Well, they did some research back then, and they discovered that if the consumers see a message about the movie at least 7 times, it takes 7 times to get in front of an audience of people. And after 7 times, that is sort of the trigger that will now draw people into the movie theater to watch the movie. So I kind of taken the rule of 7 and I have applied it to your email list. So now that you have your email list, you build out at least 7 emails, a sequence of 7 emails that just go out automatically to this email list, okay? And really, the same type of, you see it in modern advertising and marketing strategies and techniques. People have to see your message more than once. They have to see your business and brand more than one time, okay? And the rule of 7 is just a really great rule to follow when building out your email list, okay? When building out your email sequence that goes out to your email list, okay? So moving on to phase number 5 of the 6 phases of the SEO funnel is the Cta Ladder, okay? The Cta is the call to action. Cta stands for call to action. It's the call to action ladder, okay? What this means is, as your emails are going out in this rule of 7, the Cta ladder means that, for example, if I get more traffic and they just requested my free ebook and now they're on my list and I own and the very first email of the 7 I send out, I ask some customer to spend $5,000 with me and buy this thing, okay? That is being a little bit too aggressive with the expectations of somebody who is now new on my email list. That's being a little bit aggressive and perhaps even your expectations a little bit too high with selling to your email list. The Cta ladder means, and you see I drew out these steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you're it's something that you're going to have to test out in your email sequence, but start small. Start with something small. What's something small or a lower ticket type price product or service that I can offer to start sending out to my email list? And then as people engage and purchase and acquire that small thing, then you can move up to step 2 and you can move them into a progressively higher funnel of your sales funnel. Okay, so think of step 1 in the Cta ladder as a low ticket item, and then as your customers are purchasing and buying from you, then you can start moving them up into higher levels within that sales funnel and moving them into higher ticket type products or services. We see it all the time in our business. The majority of our clients will start with the majority of our clients start with just something free. So step 1 can be free. They get a free website SEO analysis. From there, they might move up to one of our initial local SEO tiers. And then from there, they move up to a higher package of DA guest posts, so on and so forth. So think of your Cta ladder as a way for you to introduce products and services and really send your growing email list, your own traffic, as you send out your emails, as a way to progressively walk them through and sort of draw them into a deeper level of engagement with your business. Okay, and then finally, number 6 of the 6 phases of the SEO funnel is what we call AOE, which really stands for Analyze, Optimize, and Experiment. So as you're going through these phases 1 through 5, you're going to have to just, and I think you will naturally, as you're getting more traffic and more leads are taking you up on your free giveaway, and you're walking them through the ladder and you see what customers are purchasing more frequently. You need to analyze that data, optimize, and experiment with different offers. All right. So for example, let's say you're trying a particular hook and you see that the free giveaway is not working really well, right? So maybe it's like you enter your email and watch this free video and you're like, that's just not working really well. I got great rankings and I see our traffic increasing. So you try something different. You experiment with something different. You switch it to a free ebook. Okay. Now you see your ebook is getting huge conversions, like people are really engaging, and you see your ebook conversions just exponentially taking off. That's an example of analyze, optimize, and experiment. Okay. The goal is to make a free offer to get more of the traffic hitting your site to enter their email and ultimately join your email list, okay? And that optimize and experiment phase, it's certainly applicable here in the rule of 7 and in the Cta Ladder, because the other thing you're gonna have to experiment with is the messaging. So if you start with 7 emails, what is email number 1 and 2 and 3 and number 7 and so on? And then what are the offers that you're going to be presenting in those emails? Let me just give you an example with Bipper Media. We started out with, let's say it was 7 emails in our email sequence, right? Today, we are now up to 34 emails in our email sequence, which I know that sounds crazy, but we've learned through optimizing and experimenting, we've learned what our audience, what our email list, what resonates the best with them, okay? And in our case, it's really just educating and providing information and tips and strategies that are all circled around the topic of SEO, okay? And then by giving that information away for free in our email list, it's from there, and this is really a great example. We give away information for free in our email list, and that's really step 1 in the Cta Ladder. That ultimately leads a small portion, or that ultimately leads an audience of prospects on our list to engage us to become a client. And they usually start at one of the tier 1, 2, or 3 local SEO packages that we have. That segment of clients then progress up the ladder and they move into higher packages of high DA guest posts, things of that nature. And then that segment of our clients move into very large, once we've built the trust and they see the impact of the work that we're doing, and they see how their business is growing through the SEO work that we're implementing, that will move some of the clients up into very large packages and engagements with us. So anyway, I say that because I just wanted to give you an example of how to leverage the Cta Ladder and really the importance of this phase down here, phase 6, which is analyze, optimize, and experiment. So again, the 6 phases of the SEO funnel. Number 1 is SEO. All right, and where I talked about the importance of citations, site structure, and high DA guest posts. Phase number 2 is the hook. All right, if you're doing your SEO work good, you're getting all this traffic coming to your website, you gotta mitigate that traffic just bouncing, just hitting your site and leaving your site. So creating a free giveaway in exchange for their email address leads to number 3, which is list building. Okay, and the list building, you've now taken your traffic from just organic traffic to what's called owned traffic. Your owned traffic, your email list, is by far the most valuable asset that you can have in your business. Because when you own traffic, when you build your email list, you no longer have to worry about the intricacies of SEO, or if you run Google Ads, you no longer have to keep pouring more and more money in to outrank competitors, for example. Own traffic is extremely valuable for your business, and that's phase number 3. which is list building. And now that you have your list, phase number 4 is the rule of 7. It's basically the way you think about your messaging and really the impression that the number of times your email list or really any audience of prospects see your business. So think in terms of the rule of 7 as you put together your email sequence, all right? And then as that email sequence is going out to your growing list, it takes us to number 5, which is your Cta Ladder. Okay, so the Cta Ladder, which is the call to action ladder. So think in terms of starting small with your audience. Find, small offerings that work well, and then as that segment engages with those offers, the segment of that audience will start moving up into higher and higher ticket items or products or services that you offer. And then finally, number 6 of the 6 phases of the SEO funnel is the AOE phase, which is analyze, optimize, and experiment. And really, the AOE phase is really, it encompasses all of the other 5 phases of this SEO funnel. So I hope this information was helpful to you. Again, my goal was to give you really an overview of the 6 phases of the SEO funnel. If you have questions or you'd like to learn more, I'm going to have a link in the description below. You can just click that link, schedule a call to talk with someone from our team, and we would love to answer any questions you might have about implementing the SEO funnel for your business. Again, I'm Bobby Holland with BipperMedia.com. Thank you so much for watching, and we will talk to you soon.